Hey everyone, welcome back to CosineVFX.com. We're here with another video to showcase our new cool features for your landscape. Now you can have a dedicated forest panel for easy forest generation, expanded mountain types in the mountain panel, blended mountain variations for even more realism, and a brand new asset panel where you can seamlessly incorporate custom assets into your landscapes. So without delay, let's get started. Those who are new to the plugin and using it for the first time can go to the top right here and click on the icon to launch the plugin, or go to the Windows menu and from there you can launch the plugin. Now I'm clicking the button to open the plugin. So as it launches, it will show this UI, which is self-explanatory. At the top you'll see the plugin name with the version, so you'll know which version you're using. Below you see 3 panels, each dedicated for a specific use case. The terrain panel will be for creating and shaping the basic landscape, while mountain is for mountain generation and forest is for forest generation. Now on the terrain panel we can generate a preview of the landscape. The default generation is very small and it is purposefully done as Unreal Engine is resource heavy and sometimes it overbloats and hangs or crashes the system. So we've given options to adjust the overall size of it. Now using these settings you can generate a pretty decent size of landscape. Currently overall landscape generation is not very big in size, and frankly speaking you don't need vast landscapes as in any single shot it covers only a couple of meters in the scene. But in future releases you would be able to generate these vast landscapes, so stay tuned. Now for this showcase I would be choosing somewhere around this size, which shows at the bottom how big the landscape is. After that, I'll simply click on the generate button. As you can see, it generated the landscape and we have plenty of settings in order to further adjust the overall structure and shape of the landscape. I will not go into detail about what all these settings or sliders do, as it is not the purpose of this video. It's pretty self-explanatory, but in case you need to know how we can effectively use these settings and want a dedicated video, just drop a comment. So here I will adjust a couple of settings. Let's choose any land mixer value, which generates a different pattern on each slider move. I think this would be fine. I want to give it a little more bump so that it looks more realistic. I think this looks fine to me. Once you're satisfied with the result, head on to the mountain panel. Now here we can simply click Generate Mountains to generate the mountains. Here most of the settings are as they are, but if you open the mountain types, we have a couple of additional mountain types available to use. Let's select the plateau mesa type. As you can see how beautifully it created the mountain, having a plain surface at the top and sharp falls around the edges. Now let's select the ridge type. Look how beautifully it creates sharp edges all over the mountain. Similarly, you can check for other types. We also have an option to blend these mountains. Feel free to experiment with these settings and create nice landscapes. Now coming to the forest panel, which is a dedicated panel to add trees into the landscapes. As always, you can hit the generate button in order to generate the forest. It will start with a dead tree placed on the landscape. I think the count is low and we're too far so it's not easily visible. There it is, one is right here and the other is between the mountains. I don't know whether you can see it, but it is right there in between the mountains. Let me increase the count. Now you can see it's clearly visible. You can select your desired tree from this lookup. It will list all your trees in your system. If in case you don't have any, then you can check the black elder tree, which is provided by Quixel and is available for free in the FAB Marketplace. It will take some time to load due to shaders and other settings to apply. You can see how beautifully it placed the trees all over the landscape. There are some trees which grow on the slopes of mountains, which we can always control. In case you need more trees, you can always click this right side icon, which opens the asset panel and has a variety of high quality trees which you can use directly in your project. So how to use it? Just click the use button and it will apply to your landscape. Let's check this banana tree. So clicking this use button will download the asset and apply it in your landscape without any hassle. It will take some time to download the asset. These trees are Nanite optimized trees for best performance, so don't forget to enable Nanite for your project. There it is, it downloaded and placed this banana tree on the landscape. And if we go closer, we can see how nicely it is placed. Now let's try another tree. We can select this cabbage tree. As you can see how beautifully it places them, and wind is applied to these trees. Now let's try a big tree to see the performance. As you see, just a button click and it applied trees in seconds all over the landscape. Now coming back to the forest panel, we can simply increase or decrease the count by just dragging the slider, and we can even enter values directly to generate more trees. We can also place trees using the density slider, but it will be enabled only when tree count is 0. As you see, it enabled the below slider. Now this basically tells how dense you want your forest to be. Extreme right means high density and extreme left is low density. It's just a quick and easy way to grow your forest if you don't have any specific count in mind or for performance reasons. Below that, we have the slope slider through which we can control whether trees should grow on steep slopes or not. I'm not sure if you're able to see it or not, but there are some trees which have grown on the slopes of mountains. Let me go nearby so that you can clearly see it. There. So this type of generation we can control using the slope slider. So if I move the slider to the left, which basically tells it to grow trees on less slope, while if I move to the right, it allows trees to grow on high slopes. Scale range is a bit interesting as it gives variations to the trees. You're seeing 2 sliders which give a range of sampling for natural variety. As you can see in the viewport, it grows small and big trees, which gives realism in the overall landscape generation. We have other sliders which eventually add more realism and variations in the forest. But since this is going a bit long, I'll wind up here and let you try them out. Feel free to experiment with them and have some fun. In case you have any questions or need help, just reach out to us. Join our Patreon. Thanks for all your support. Take care. Bye-bye. See you in the next video.